Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. This is Umaira Said, Lecture Times Institute. So here I am with the lecture number 5 of the business communication. The topic for discussion today will be the 7 C's, as it is a continuity of the communication skills. As in the previous lecture we discussed that the communication is a bilateral process in which there is a sender and the receiver. Communication is not only in written but the spoken or the oral communication as well. So the 7 C's, which are the very much important for the effectivity in your communication. So in the oral and the written, these 7 C's are very important. Let's name those 7 C's. Number 1 is the completeness, conciseness, consideration, concreteness, clarity, courtesy and correctness. Now discuss it one by one. So pick out your pencil and the papers to note down the important points. Completeness. The completeness of the message is very much important. Let me explain you with an example. For instance, if I say that we want to buy computers or we are throwing the party, the message is incomplete. You would say, who is buying the computer, why buying the computer, from where buying the computer. So there will be arise 5 W's. And 5W means who, what, when, where and why. If I say that I am throwing the party, then the questions will be the same. Who is throwing the party, where throwing the party, when throwing the party, what is the purpose of throwing the party, how, and 1H, how throwing the party. So the message should be very complete, it should be very composed. Many of you are familiar with the birthday invitation or the wedding invitation. So everything is been written over that part. So it means that the message should be very complete so that one may not bother to call you again and again asking about the venues or all the related information. So this is the completeness in your message. The number 2 is the conciseness. It has been said that brevity is the soul of wit. So rather than exaggerating, prolonging or making the very lengthy message, the message should be very composed in the few possible words. For instance, if I say that I am so thankful to you for being the part of this journey, you are so humble, you are so nice, I really welcome you in my group. So it is a lengthy message and the hidden message is thank you or welcome in my group or welcome in the class. So conciseness is very much important and this conciseness helps you in writing of the essays, in writing of the application or in the speeches or in the interview as well, as we discussed in the interview section, that the prolonged or exaggerated message sometimes put you in the trouble and in the hot water. So try to avoid the long exaggerated speeches. The number 3 is the consideration. Consideration means that when you feel yourself in an other person's shoe or when you feel that once the other person's feel when you speak in this hot temper or in arrogance or sometimes you will speak in such anger. Have you ever experienced a sales pitch? Whenever we women or the boys used to go out to shop for the clothes or the shoes, we not only purchase one but the purchase 2 or the 3. The reason is that we are very much highly inspired by their sales pitch. So consideration is generally based on 2 things. Number 1 is to avoid we attitude or I must say I attitude, and you should focus more on you attitude. Just recall your memories and just see that what I think, what we think, but what we bother, that is not more important, but what other is bothering, what other is thinking, that should be more important. So the you attitude is very much important in oral and in the written messages. So that is why whenever you visit some restaurants, some hotels, for some outing, in some shop or some in front of your boss, so this you attitude would help you a lot to make your position more stronger. So follow always you attitude rather than going with the I attitude, with your ego or with your super ego. Just focus on you attitude if you want to have a good sales pitch, as you are the student of business communication. So this will help you a lot. The next is the concreteness. Concreteness means validity, fact and the figure. There must be accuracy in that. Like you may not say that thousands of the patients due to the pandemic has died in Pakistan. It will be very ambiguity in the message. So your facts and the figures should be very clear. Like you must say like 3,500 or 4,000 patients have not survived in due to coronavirus. So this will be the accurate figure rather than like throwing arrows into the air or building castles in the air. That will be the wrong for the business communication students, or for the effective communication there will be actual facts and the figures. That will be much appreciable. Clarity. Clarity in your message is very important. What is clarity? The message should be clear, the vocabulary should be understandable. If you are writing a message for the student of 5th class or the 4th class, and if you are writing a pompous vocabulary or the different or the very difficult using of the words, the message will be wasted. Or if you are talking in an English with your maids or sometimes with the neighbors, the message will be wasted as well, because they will be unfamiliar with the language and your message goes on the wrong side. So there must be clarity in writing. If you are writing the sentences, if you are writing the grammar, if you are putting the commas, it should be accurate. Let me give you an example of clarity. It will be in Urdu. कहा यह जाता है कि हम दुआ करते रहे, वो दगा समझते रहे, एक नुक्ते ने हमें महरम से मुजरिम कर दिया. So it was only the placement of a comma and the placement of a nukta or a dot which can entirely change the whole message. So try to avoid the placement of the wrong comma or the wrong dot somewhere. So this is the clarity of message. The number 6 is the courtesy. Courtesy means tactfulness. Tactfulness to know how to deal the person. Like that, you must have the tactical. You must be very tactful while dealing with the woman, dealing with the man, dealing with the bosses, with the colleagues. So you must compartmentalize yourself, that how you have a different behavior. Courtesy means using of the humble behavior, thought-provoking ideas, I am sorry, I am thankful, so nice of you. These words would help you a lot to make your communication so effective, rather than being so arrogant, showing so anger, showing so ego. Better to show some with a smiley face. You must be very much sorry or thankful to another person. It would be beneficial for you for running your own business as well. The last point for today is the correctness. The correctness is further move into the formal message, informal message and the substandard messages. So if I move to the correctness for the formal, like if I say you are welcome, it will be very formal, and it will be very much normal if I say yes, you may come whenever you want. So informal language and the correctness of the language is used when we are hanging out with our friends or with our relatives. So the informal language and the languages are used, and the substandard language means which are now banned in the courses as well, like in the spoken as well. Like most of the people used to say ain't or weren't, or sometimes they use the contracted words. So the contracted word must be used, are generally said to be the substandard language, and these are not very much common in the spoken and the written language. So 7 C's are important for your effective communication. So follow these 7 C's while writing a message. So this was the lecture for today. Hope you will understand. Notes will be provided in your WhatsApp group. Stay safe, stay happy and follow the video lectures. Till then, Allah Hafiz.